A very good morning. It's Mark here. Wednesday, December the 17th, 7:40 a.m. Eastern. That's 12:40 p.m. GMT. Getting ready for the US session to get underway. Let's have a look how the markets are shaping up. US dollar index, a fight back by the US today, something we haven't seen in a while. I've got support at 97.81 and I've got resistance at 98.27. Fight back started yesterday. There's the big wick left behind yesterday after the US dollar was index was sold off early, continuing today. And buyers now looking up at this 98.27 resistance. We'll see whether that can be maintained through the US session, or whether we're going to get a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar and sellers bounce down off this resistance area. But certainly a strong start for the index as the US session about to get underway. Let's have a look at the S&P 500. Futures market for now, good hour and a half until Wall Street opens up. And there you see a fight back from the S&P. I've got support at 6,837 and resistance at 6,883. Sitting right now at yesterday's open, but has recouped yesterday's losses. Well, again, they will see if that can be continued once the US session gets underway and more importantly, once Wall Street opens up. Buyers will look to break above yesterday's high, 6,891. Buyers will be looking at that 6,900 level or higher. A return to weakness in the equity markets and the S&P. Sellers will be looking down at the 6,837 tough support level, which has been guarded by buyers over the past couple of weeks. Gold. Gold still very, very flat, a little bit higher today so far at 4,317, but that 4,300 level certainly become a comfort level over the past 4 days. I've got support at 4,303 and resistance at 4,343. Tested a little bit higher earlier, has come down. You see the wicket left behind. Perhaps will take its cue from the US dollar performance and how the US dollar performs once the US session gets underway. Buyers will be looking again to retest this high from October at the 4,380 level. Unable to get higher than you can see the wicks left behind over the past few days, unable to get to the 4,350 level. Sellers will look to break below this 4,300 level. If we really get a turnaround, sellers will perhaps look to test this ascending trend line. But for now, gold taking a bit of a rest and hang around this 4,300 level. Let's have a look at Brent oil. The sell-off and the downtrend has been really strong, especially yesterday. We saw that big push below down to a low of $58.69, a gap higher to start. So I've got support at 59.30 and buyers stepped in immediately. And I have resistance at $60.32, matching yesterday's high already. Sellers have stepped in, given up some of those early gains, and now sitting at 59.87. Buyers will look back up at this resistance level above $60, see if they can get higher and reverse this strong downtrend, or at least put a halt to it or initiate some kind of a meaningful reversal. Sellers, of course, will be looking down at today's low, today's open at 59.30, and looking down at the 58.67 support level. Bitcoin hang around that same level, around the 86,000 level. I've got support at 86,000. There's support. I've got resistance at 88,000. That's a tight 2,000 range for now. Downtrend still very much in place. Attempted fight back yesterday, didn't amount to much. Sellers stepped in again today and will be looking to break below this 86,000 85,000 from the previous 2 days low, and lower sellers will be looking even at this 80,000 level from November. Buyers will look up at the resistance of the 88,000, and the first target will get back to that 90,000 level. But pretty flat for now, tight range, and sellers in control so far. Good trading. Keep that discipline. I'll see you at end of day session.